Could the 26/11 Mumbai attacks have been prevented? A question that haunts many to this day. As we embark on this journey of recounting the unforgettable day, let's take a moment to set the scene. Mumbai, the city of dreams, a bustling metropolis known for its vibrant culture, diversity, and ceaseless energy, was shaken to its core on the 26th day of November 2008. A city often referred to as the financial capital of India, Mumbai is a place where dreams come to life, where the ordinary can become extraordinary. It's a city that never sleeps, always on the move. But on that fateful day, a sense of disbelief and shock spread across the city, and indeed, the world. No one could fathom that such a horrific event could happen in a place known for its spirit of unity and resilience. It was as if time had stopped, and everything had come to a standstill. The bustling streets that once echoed with the sounds of life and vibrancy were replaced with an eerie silence, punctuated only by the sounds of sirens and the sheer disbelief of its citizens. The initial reactions were of shock, disbelief, and confusion. People were trying to make sense of the situation, grappling with the reality of what was unfolding before their eyes. The city that was always filled with life and laughter was now grappling with a catastrophe of unimaginable proportions. As we delve into the details of that fateful day, let us remember the resilience of Mumbai, a city that never sleeps. Despite the darkness that descended upon it, Mumbai rose again, demonstrating an indomitable spirit that continues to inspire us all to this day. A regular day turned into a nightmare, as citizens of Mumbai faced a terror they'd never imagined. As the sun rose on the horizon, Mumbai, the city of dreams, was waking up to a new day. The city, always bustling, was brimming with life. The aroma of freshly brewed chai filled the air, the newspaper vendors were already on the streets, the resonance of temple bells and the call for the morning prayer from the mosques, all added a unique note to the symphony of the city. The railway stations, the lifeblood of Mumbai, were buzzing with activity. Trains carrying thousands of dreams were arriving and departing with clockwork precision. People from all walks of life, students, office-goers, vendors, were hustling to get to their respective destinations. The local trains, often referred to as the city's lifeline, were teeming with passengers, their faces reflecting the spirit of Mumbai, resilient, hopeful. The Dabawalas, Mumbai's famous lunchbox carriers, were navigating their way through the city's narrow lanes, ensuring hot meals reached their patrons on time. Meanwhile, the streets were filled with the cacophony of horns, the hustle of traffic, and the chatter of people. The city, always on the move, seemed to be in its usual rhythm. Amidst this normalcy, the citizens of Mumbai were completely unsuspecting of the terror that was about to unfold. Little did they know that this day would not be like any other. It was a day that was about to etch itself into the annals of history, a day that would change the city and its people forever. As the day progressed, the city would soon be shaken to its core. The meticulously planned attack was executed with chilling precision. As the city was going about its daily routine, 10 men arrived by sea, blending in seamlessly with the bustling city. They disembarked at the city's bustling fishing dock, unnoticed amidst the chaos and activity. These men, armed with a deadly mission and a chilling resolve, were about to unleash a reign of terror on the unsuspecting city. The attackers, after landing, split into groups. Each group had a specific target: iconic landmarks, popular cafes, and even a hospital. Their plan was meticulous, their preparation thorough. They were heavily armed with automatic weapons and grenades, equipped with satellite phones and GPS devices for navigation. They had been trained to cause maximum damage and were prepared for a long siege. Their intent was clear: to create havoc, spread fear, and bring the bustling city to a grinding halt. As the day wore on, the city, oblivious to the impending danger, continued in its usual rhythm. The attackers, blending in with the crowd, made their way to their respective targets. The city was about to be under siege, and the nightmare was just about to begin. The city was under siege and the nightmare had just begun. Before we delve into the details of the attack unfolding, it's essential to acknowledge the human cost, the devastatingly high toll that was paid in lives lost and forever changed. Over 160 people were killed in the attacks, their lives cut short in the most brutal and senseless manner. Among those who perished were 18 security officers, who laid down their lives in the line of duty, making the ultimate sacrifice for their city and their country. Hundreds more were injured, their lives irrevocably altered by the violence and destruction. The psychological impact on the city and its inhabitants was immense, with the scars of the attack running deep and wide. The loss of life and the scale of the destruction was a stark reminder of the devastating impact of terrorism. It was a blow to the heart of the city, a wound that would take time to heal. The human cost of the attacks was a tragic reminder of the value of peace and security. It was a price too high to pay, a loss too great to bear. As we move forward, let us not forget the lives lost, the sacrifices made, and the lessons learned from this dark chapter in our history. As we reflect on the human cost, let's also remember the swift and decisive response from the Indian security forces. The local police were the first to confront the attackers, displaying immense courage in the face of danger. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, they fought valiantly, risking their lives to protect their fellow citizens. In the midst of the chaos, the bravery and dedication of these men and women was a beacon of hope. The National Security Guard, NSG, also known as the Black Cats, were called in from Delhi. They launched a counter-terror operation named Operation Black Tornado. This operation, which lasted for 3 days, involved clearing the buildings, rescuing hostages, and neutralizing the attackers. The NSG, along with the local police and other security forces, worked tirelessly to regain control of the city. They faced numerous challenges, including the complexity of the buildings under attack, the presence of innocent civilians, and the ruthless determination of the attackers. However, their courage never wavered, and their dedication never faltered. By the end of the operation, all 10 attackers had been neutralized, marking a significant victory for the security forces. The response of the security forces was a testament to their bravery, skill, and dedication. They stood firm in the face of terror, displaying a spirit of resilience and determination that echoed the spirit of the city they were fighting to protect. As we move forward, let us remember the sacrifices made by these brave men and women. Their courage and dedication serve as a reminder of the strength of the human spirit, even in the darkest of times. The peaceful evening was shattered by the sound of gunshots and explosions. As the sun made its descent, the bustling city of Mumbai found itself caught in the throes of an unprecedented attack. The evening's tranquility was abruptly replaced by chaos and confusion. The city, renowned for its vibrancy and nightlife, was plunged into a night of terror that seemed to stretch on forever. 10 locations across Mumbai were targeted. Iconic landmarks such as the Taj Mahal Palace Hotel, the Oberoi Trident, and Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus were under siege. Seemingly ordinary places like Leopold Cafe, Nariman House, and Kama Hospital were not spared either. Each location bore witness to the harrowing scenes of violence and destruction. 10 determined attackers had infiltrated the city, causing mayhem and spreading fear. Armed with automatic weapons and explosives, they ruthlessly targeted innocent civilians, leaving a trail of blood and tears in their wake. The city was held hostage, its heartbeat echoing with the sound of gunfire and blasts. The local police, caught off guard by the scale and intensity of the attack, responded with bravery and determination. Despite being heavily outnumbered and outgunned, they were the city's first line of defense. They fought valiantly, risking their lives to protect their fellow citizens. The initial response was chaotic, but it was a testament to the spirit and resilience of the city's protectors. Meanwhile, the authorities scrambled to coordinate a more organized response. The Rapid Action Force, the National Security Guards, and the Marine Commandos were deployed. The city's emergency services worked tirelessly, attending to the injured and evacuating those in danger. As the city grappled with the unfolding terror, the world watched in horror. The attack was not just on Mumbai, but on humanity itself. The events of that fateful night shook the world and left an indelible mark on the pages of history. The city was left in a state of shock and despair as the true scale of the attacks became clear. In the aftermath of the attacks, Mumbai found itself grappling with a tragedy of an unimaginable scale. The human cost was staggering, with hundreds of innocent lives lost, and many more injured. As the dust settled, the city was left to mourn its losses and pick up the pieces of a day that would forever be etched in its memory. The Indian government's response was swift and decisive. Security forces were mobilized, emergency measures were put into place, and the nation was put on high alert. The country's leaders pledged to leave no stone unturned in their efforts to bring the perpetrators to justice. Internationally, the reaction was one of shock and solidarity. Leaders from around the globe expressed their condolences and offered their support. The United Nations Security Council condemned the attacks in the strongest terms, reaffirming that terrorism in all its forms and manifestations constitutes one of the most serious threats to international peace and security. In the following weeks and months, a massive investigation was launched to uncover the truth behind the attacks. Tireless efforts were made to track down those responsible, leading to a series of arrests and prosecutions. These efforts served as a testimony to India's resolve to uphold justice, no matter how challenging the circumstances. Yet amidst the grief and the turmoil, there was a glimmer of hope. The people of Mumbai showed remarkable resilience in the face of adversity. They came together, supporting one another, demonstrating an unyielding spirit that refused to be broken by the events of that fateful day. The attacks left a deep scar on the city, but Mumbai's spirit was far from broken. More than a decade later, the 26/11 attacks continue to be a stark reminder of the threat of terrorism. The tragic events of that day have left indelible scars, not just on the city of Mumbai, but on the collective consciousness of the world. The loss of innocent lives, the chaos and the fear, all serve as a poignant reminder of the cost of hatred and extremism. In the wake of the attacks, there were lessons to be learned. The incident sparked a major overhaul in the country's security apparatus and counter-terrorism strategies. There was a renewed focus on intelligence gathering, surveillance, and quick response mechanisms. These measures were aimed at preventing such attacks in the future, to ensure the safety and security of citizens. But the lessons were not confined to security measures alone. The attacks underscored the importance of unity, resilience, and the indomitable spirit of humanity. They highlighted the need for all of us to stand together, to support each other in times of crisis, and to fight against the forces of hatred and violence. The 26/11 attacks also highlighted the need for international cooperation in the fight against terrorism. Terrorism is a global problem, and it requires a global solution. Nations around the world need to come together to share intelligence, resources, and strategies in order to effectively combat this menace. But perhaps the most important lesson is the need for vigilance. The cost of complacency can be high, and it is our collective responsibility to ensure that such incidents do not happen again. We need to be alert, aware, and ready to act, to protect our communities, our cities, and our world. As we remember those who lost their lives in the 26/11 attacks, let us also remember the resilience and spirit of Mumbai, a city that stood strong in the face of adversity, that refused to be cowed down by fear, and that continues to inspire us with its unwavering spirit. Let's remember and let's learn. As we wrap up this journey through one of the most tragic events in recent history, we hope that this exploration has given you a deeper understanding of the 26/11 attacks and its aftermath. This is not just a story of terror and loss, but also of resilience, unity, and the indomitable human spirit. It is our hope that by shedding light on these events, we can contribute to the collective effort to prevent such atrocities in the future. Your engagement matters to us. If you found this video insightful, and believe it could help increase awareness about the importance of global cooperation against terrorism, please consider subscribing to our channel. Your support enables us to continue creating content like this. Don't forget to hit the like button if you found this video informative. It motivates us to keep producing comprehensive and engaging content. Lastly, sharing is caring. Share this video with your friends and family, so they too can gain insights into the India 9/11 terrorist attack on the Mumbai tourist places. Remember, knowledge is power, and it is only by understanding our past that we can hope to shape a safer, more peaceful future.